Hello everybody, 'tis I, the Rumpled One. Time magazine for June 24, 2013. Cover story, The Informers. Why a new generation of hacktivists is driven to spill the government's secrets. Should government really have secrets? I mean, don't you think they have too many secrets? Should be more transparent. Isn't that what Obama promised us? Okay, on the briefing page, we've got, I responded in what I thought was the most truthful or least untruthful manner by saying no. This is James Clapper, Director of National Intelligence, explaining why he told Congress in March that the NSA does not intentionally collect data on millions of Americans. So in other words, he lied through his teeth. Okay. $47 billion is the projected increase in U.S. credit card debt in the year 2013. Even as Americans paid down $32.5 billion in the year's first quarter. $47 billion increase in credit card debt. That's a lot of debt. What are these people buying? I pay mine off. Let's see, Cyndi Lauper, her Broadway show Kinky Boots takes the Tony Award for Top Musical. And it looks like Vladimir Putin is going to divorce his wife of 30 years. Now this one's funny. $222,222,222.22, actually euros. A German bank employee transferred when he fell asleep while pushing the number 2 key. That's funny. Let's see, after far too long of a delay, science has prevailed. Obama's administration's decision to make emergency contraceptive Plan B available over the counter with no age restrictions. It's amazing, just amazing. See, on the light box, a protester is knocked down by spray from a police water cannon in Istanbul's Taksim Square on June 11th. And so I guess they're protesting in Turkey. And Argentina may be resorting to money laundering. That's funny, you really don't hear much about South America in the news anymore unless it's something, either what, a civil war, or something having to do with oil. But other than that, I mean, you just don't hear much out of South America. I mean, no breakthroughs in science, they're just kind of there, under the radar. Somebody paid $33.8 million for an 8x6 foot 16th century Clark sickle leaf carpet. It's a Persian rug. Why would anybody pay $33.8 million for a rug? Let's see, the UK will pay 5,228 Kenyan survivors of the Mau Mau uprising nearly $20 million for abuses committed by British colonial forces in the 1950s. Let me think. That's 63 years ago. It's a long time coming. Let's see. A Kuwaiti court sentenced a teacher to 11 years in jail for allegedly inciting regime change and insulting the emir on Twitter. I guess they don't have free speech over there. See, that's what's coming here. If you say something bad about Obama, you might wind up in the slammer. Oh, let's see. What else do we have here? Where states stand on expanding Medicaid. We've got 20 states plus the DC that are committed to expansion. Opting out, we have what, 4, 7, 10 states. And I guess the rest are up in the air figuring out what they want to do. This is a cool one. They call it Talking Heads. The maker of Roomba creates a robo-boss. There's no place to hide. You got this robot with a screen on it and a TV camera. And it uses something called LiDAR, which has been around since the 1960s, and I've never heard about it. Do you know what LiDAR is? LiDAR is kind of like radar, except LiDAR uses lasers. But I mean, this has been around since the 60s. I never heard of it. I learned something new. Kind of interesting. I had to look it up. Oh, I love Google. Let's see. More pain for painkillers. Heart risk complicate the decision to take some common drugs. This country is on drugs. I mean, these pill-pushing companies, it's just nuts. Okay, milestones. Esther Williams died. Let's see. SeaWorld was fined by OSHA for the second time since 2010, failing to keep its trainers a safe distance from killer whales. What happens with that money? Think about it. How much? This fining. Who gets the money? OSHA? To go and what do they do with it? Spend it on parties? Oh, let's see. Hillary Clinton made her first tweet. Do we care? Christine Day resigned. She was the CEO of Lululemon. Because they had some sportswear, some yoga pants that were deemed too transparent. Yeah, I started doing yoga about a little over 3 years ago now. And I remember the one teacher, she just loved those Lululemon yoga clothes. Should have bought stock. Stock took off. Let's see. Died. Richard Ramirez, the serial killer known as the Night Stalker. Let's see. Rafael Nadal won the 8th French Open title, or his 8th French Open title. I don't follow tennis anymore. Let's see. Cleaning up China. This activist is taking on government-backed polluters with a new playbook for change. This guy's going to get himself killed if he's not careful. You don't mess around with China. That's the way their government is. Let's see. In small but important ways, Obama and Xi moved the needle on U.S.-China relations. I don't know, it seems like they just want to divide up the world between the U.S., China, and Russia. And the cover story, The Geeks Who Leak. Personally, I think these guys have done a good thing because they're exposing just how wide and how deep the corruption is in this government that was supposed to be transparent. I mean, Obama lied. The problem that I see it, in fact, I was talking to my buddy on the phone today, shout out to you, Ralph, and he was saying, what would happen if, say, this guy uncovered some dirt that the NSA was spying on somebody like maybe Clarence Thomas, and he found out that he lied on the stand? I mean, do you realize what would happen? It's something to think about. But this video is probably going to be uploaded on one of their servers after I upload it on YouTube. But there's some people, actually 48%, almost half the people approve of the government collecting phone records, email, and internet search records to prevent terrorist attacks. I mean, is that not crazy? That's just ludicrous. That an American who was educated in this country, most likely studied U.S. history, probably has heard the Constitution and Declaration of Independence, would be for this. Don't they understand the words of the forefathers? Anybody who's going to give up liberty for security deserves neither. I don't know if people are paying attention to what's going on. How can half of the people polled think this is a good thing? They really believe the government is capable of doing things right? You gotta be kidding me. They're a bunch of bumbling buffoons. We all know it. It's just ludicrous. I don't get it. I really don't. The new American way of death, cremation. By 2017, the year 2017, 1 out of 2 Americans will choose cremation over burial. You know, I've thought about it. It's a lot cheaper. And it's just like, I mean, it's almost like, who cares? I mean, I'm going to be dead, gone. Yeah, burn me up, scatter the ashes. I mean, right here, for a cremation, the average cost is $2,570, and for a burial, it's $7,755. Nevada has the highest cremation rate, and Mississippi has the lowest. It seems like the South, it's funny how the map shows it. Further west you go, the higher the cremation rate. Further east, it seems the lower, except for Maine, Vermont, and Rhode Island, and Florida. But you see the South here, I guess they want to put people in the ground. I don't know. I mean, I guess the people who believe in life after death. Now we got a story here on the deal maker, Chuck Schumer. To me, they should all be taken out, drawn, and quartered. Every last one of them. These guys have sold us down the tube. They disrespect the Constitution. I mean, it just sickens me. It really does. I mean, I bet you some of you guys feel the same way. I was talking to a neighbor, well, I don't know, he lives a couple miles down the road. He was over for a while today, and we were chatting. And he thinks that that the government's underestimating the people, because he says there's a lot of people, you know, with weapons and bullets that are going to stand up. So we'll see what happens. Okay, what do we have here? Queen Elizabeth celebrated the 60th anniversary of her coronation ceremony. Do we really care? Then they're talking about Hollywood stars that crash people's weddings. Just regular people. I mean, I guess that could be something. I guess maybe some people are happy about that. Let's see. Tim Tebow is now with the New England Patriots. Pippa Middleton is now a contributing editor at Vanity Fair. Oprah Winfrey is giving $12 million to the National Museum of African American History and Culture. That's going up on Washington's National Mall. I don't know, some museums I think are cool. They preserve history, give people a chance to see how things used to be. But it's going to be really interesting about 20 years when they start putting stuff in the 80s and 90s in museums. Real interesting how they spin the story. And Taylor Hanson of the Hanson brothers. You know, I guess I haven't been paying attention. I thought these guys were still teenagers. And the middle one is 30 years old. But then again, I don't really listen to the Hansons or follow them. So, but I mean, the last time I remember them, they were these little kids. Okay, what else we got here? Oh yeah, here we go. Prism of interest. Primetime has long had its eye on the surveillance state. The program person of interest. I think that program might be more fact than fiction now that the lid's been blown off the NSA. I mean, I really do like that program, but I guess they're saying it's not just fiction anymore, boys and girls. It's not just fiction. Now let's see what else we got here. Almost done. Oh, Beyonce isn't the only celebrity who can attract a paying intern. Will pay to work. Now that's smart. These celebrities auction off, I guess, a day or a week where you can go work for them, but you got to pay to work for them. And then they give the money to charity. But I guess it's a win-win-win, right? They get somebody to work for them for free, charity benefits, and then these people that pay get to, I guess, shake hand with the stars, maybe take their picture with them or eat lunch. Okay, 10 questions. Roots drummer Amir Questlove Thompson. And I guess, see, these guys are the group on Jimmy Fallon. I don't really like Jimmy Fallon. I watched it one night and I heard these guys. It's just like, these guys got the gig. I'm not a fan of their music. But this guy seems pretty cool, though. Let's see, there was something here. Oh yeah, this is funny. He said, didn't you nearly lose the gig after playing Fishbone's Lion-Ass Bitch as walk-on music for Michelle Bachmann? He says, in my hastiest to make my mark on a comedy show, that's what I went with. I had been better off playing Sam Cooke's Wonderful World, the don't know much about history bit, but it's water under the bridge. But I think that's pretty funny. Lion-ass bitch. Anyway, that's it for the June 24th edition Time Magazine for the year 2013.